I've been mostly working overtime this week, so fuck, I'm like super tired, dude. Like literally like feel so beat up. But finally it's Friday and we're gonna have a long weekend, so that's pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to it because I can do more in 3 days than 2. And you know, like half the time I'm like recovering from whole week because it beats my body up quite bad, you know. I mean, it's physical work. But back to the Integra. I know it's like fuck, I gotta work on the BMW with the Integra, and that thing is like barely running. So what we did at school on the Integra, we did an oil pan gasket, right? And the problem is we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And well, I knew you have to follow the torquing pattern, right? So you have to follow the specific torque pattern as you tighten it down, so the clamping force is gonna be even and nice. But dude, I think instead of what is it? It's not much. It doesn't take much, but it's like some inch pounds, right? And we fucking used foot pounds instead of it, so it's like 10 inch pounds and we used 10 foot pounds. So yeah, I saw the pan being bent and pulled kinda, so yeah, the pan is fucked. And how I figured it out, because the Integra was sitting a lot, not because it wasn't running at all or anything like that, because I had that leaky oil pan, but I needed more money and finished the Maxima, which, fuck, whatever, you know, don't get me into this. So yeah, the Integra was running, but once I was like gonna get to my buddy's house and I'm like, yeah, having fun, and then I see like a big like oil smoke in the cabin, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like it came up on the transmission tunnel, and pretty much what happened, the gasket of the oil pan was like blown out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, an oil pan is not gonna see that much pressure because it just dumps it back. Hey yo, what up guys? Back with the street mechanic shit. So I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys probably earlier in the video, is that when we first did this oil pan, and I think it's gonna be a useful information for those people who are going to own something similar like this as an Integra or probably a Civic. The oil pan, right, they're gonna say it's 10 foot pounds, and it's not. You know what it is? It's 108 inch pounds, so that transfers to like 8.5. And what happened is, some places where we did this 10, it pulled the pan. I'm not sure if it's visible, but yeah, it has a small indent. So what happened is this bolting surface got uneven, and there might be the other part of the oil pan, the upper part got indented as well. And the reason to tell is that if you look at my gasket, it has spots where it comes out, and most of these spots are these bolting surfaces. So what I figured is with over torquing the pan with that 10, if we didn't strip it or anything like that, but the problem is, you know, it damaged the pan, and now I have to change my pan. So I already got my exhaust manifold off, and yeah, I'm about to drain it, pull this pan off. I got a new pan with a new gasket, so I just have to clean the surface off and then pop everything back. Alright y'all, here's some proof I'm actually working. I don't have like minions do the job well, but thing is, if you look at the gasket all the way, you see these kind of grooves and shit. See that? That's like thinner there. Well, now the thing is, I can tell it's fine because if you look at this portion, that's the new pump, the oil pump, so that has to be straight. And if you look at the gasket, it does the same shit even on that part. So yeah, it's shot, and thank god I changed it. And I'm actually happy because I thought I'm gonna have way more silicone on the surfaces, but honestly it's not that bad. So I'll just quickly wipe it off, put some silicone on the new one with the gasket, and slap it on and call it a day, pretty much. Alright, so back to the Integra stuff. Well, after messing up my first gasket trying to tighten this stuff to manufacturer specs, I saw it ripped it. So what I had to do pretty much is pull it back off, And my luck was I had another replacement gasket at home, so I could just throw that on, because I would have had to go to the car parts store. So right now I throw it back on and just hand tighten this shit, because they say these gaskets are really trashy on these B series compared to other oil pan gaskets, and they always have tendencies to leak and issues with it. So yeah, right now I just tighten it back up, putting the rest back together. Alright y'all, well, again, I come back to this. If you're starting out with mechanics and automotive and shit, the cheapest stuff you can buy is a transfer pump. And just cut the hoses for this one, because this one I'm gonna use for clean fluids to pump in. And another thing is, for Hondas, for stock transmissions, this is mostly the fluid I would recommend. Just everybody says that for any stock Honda transmission application. You know, obviously it's manual, but for manual transmission, this is like the best stuff you can put in the car. Should cut it a bit longer. Very nice. Freaking mosquitoes, man.